I've seen enough, I've heard enough, and now I'm to the point where I'm mad and I'm sick of people. I'm sick of people acting like they know everything. I'm sick of people misrepresenting law enforcement. I'm sick of people misrepresenting themselves, walking around oblivious to reality, walking around as lethargic human beings. So it's as soon as a few of y'all get on here, I'm gonna get right into this, man. Because I just had a conversation with a friend and I was ranting the whole time, and I'm like, man, I need y'all to feel me on this one. I need y'all to feel me on this one. I need y'all to feel me. Log on to this thing. I'll be checking and making sure y'all on here because I need y'all to hear me on this one. I'm sick of a whole bunch of different stuff that's been going on, a whole bunch of different people, and they y'all about to hear it from me. So I'm waiting for Facebook to get its act together and show me that it's live, and then we're gonna go on. I think Facebook is here. So look, check this out. I'm starting right now on these clowns that decided to leave their school to go and do this protest or whatever they call it this day. Let me say this to you. Let me differentiate because I want to be legitimate about this. First of all, not everybody that was involved in the protest have any idea about. Not everybody is evil. Not everybody is completely stupid. Some of these people are just brain dead and they're just followers and they want to follow the trend. So I'm going to leave y'all out of this. I'm going to leave out the people who are brain dead and want to follow a trend and have no idea what you're talking about. You just want to get out of school because your teacher don't want you to go to school. You want to have a good time and play around and think you're a social justice warrior. I'm going to leave you out of it. Let's talk about you idiots who think you have the knowledge and understand it enough to create some type of conversation and policy. Let me tell you this. I do not want to see a single kid leave a school to go protest when you got young kids dying every day in your own school, in your city. You got kids smoking drugs. You got kids raping other kids. You got kids failing out of school, and you don't care about that. All you care about is what they playing on the news. I want to see you walk out on the school, especially you people who are in the inner city schools. I want to see you walk out when they don't give you the books you deserve. I want to see you walk out when your teacher is stupid and she don't want to teach or he don't want to teach like they supposed to. Let me see you walk out on the school when somebody in your community dies and it don't make the news. If you walk out then, hey, you got my attention. But you walking out because of gun control. What gun control or do you want to implement? I'll wait. We don't need more laws. What law will prevent any of these school shootings? Let me give you an example. Crazy people, they still get around barbaric psychiatric evaluations. They still get around it. Crazy people go to the doctor and don't get diagnosed. I talked to a psychiatrist who said that the practices of psychiatry today is barbaric. It's barbaric. We will in 20 years we're going to say it's barbaric. You could have a person go to a doctor, a mental health professional here, and on the other side of town, they will get diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder. This person will get diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and this person will get diagnosed with depression. You got three different diagnoses with one person with the same issues. And y'all dummies think that it's going to be appropriate to make every single gun owner do a psychological evaluation or some mental health evaluation. If you think that way, if you're a reasonable person, I'm going to exclude you. For all of you fools who are trying to trick everybody else into believing it, you are stupid. I'm going to say it right here. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't need to hold anything back. You're stupid. Plain and simple. Because not everybody that kill people are crazy. Some people will pass a psychological evaluation, crack up on you, and kill you. What are you going to do about those people? Oh, you don't have a solution. You don't have nothing to say. All these politicians, I don't want to hear nothing that you're talking about right now because you guys don't really care about the people. You don't care about these young people at these schools. The last thing these kids need to be worried about is school shootings. You got a whole plethora of things that are going on in these schools that are plaguing our young people. But y'all really don't care. See, at one point it's black people. Oh, you're not getting nowhere with the rhetoric around black people. So now you want to talk about Mexicans. Since you ain't done nothing with DACA and you have no rhetoric to talk about, now you want to talk about kids in the school system. When you ain't gave a flying flip about none of these kids from day one. You ain't getting the guns. You're not taking our guns. That's the end of the story. We have a constitutional right to defend ourselves. If you come up, if somebody run up in here acting a fool, I'm going to blast them. I have a right to do that. The government is not going to be responsible for my safety. You can take a case report if you like. I'm responsible for my safety. I'm responsible for my family. I don't leave that up to a government entity. I don't need the government to tell me what I can and cannot say. That's my First Amendment right. And these things we need to get into our minds, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you this: outside of these ignorant little dumb kids, let me say this. Let me tell you, all you millionaires and celebrities who are going out and spending hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars for these protesters, and you ain't done nothing in these schools. If I was black people, I'm gonna tell you this: black people should be mad right now. Black people should be mad right now because 17 kids at an X amount of school get killed, and now it's a natural, it's a world disaster. These kids getting murdered every day in the inner city, at school, outside of school, in front of the school, and nobody cares. And I'm not saying we don't care. You and I care, but the people who are claiming they care do not care. They don't give a flying flip. And let me say this: I'm gonna get on some more subjects because I'm still mad. For all you cowards that sit around and just continue to make excuses of why you're not successful in life, I need you to hear me out. Nobody owes you anything. You live in the freest country in the entire world. The poorest people in this country are the 1% of the world. You walking around blaming somebody else for your problems. And I'm gonna talk about black people for a minute, real quick, because I'm black. I grew up in a black community, and I'm sick of black people trying to talk trash about me and what I'm saying. So let me call you out real quick. Explain to me why, when you go in the inner city, you see Mexican people who don't even know how to speak English, who's not even a citizen, doing landscaping and making money. And you sitting around at the food stamp place looking for a handout, talking about the white man. And you wonder why Hispanics have less of an unemployment problem than black people. Don't give me that crap, man. Go get out your lazy butt and go get you a job. Go do landscaping. Go clean somebody's house. I see Mexican people doing this all the time, man. Call the cleaning service. Bunch of Mexicans can't speak English, but they working. They working hard. They doing what they supposed to be doing. They're not waiting for a handout. But you waiting for a handout. You waiting for somebody to give you an excuse to cry about spilled milk over something that happened 60, 70 years ago, 100 years ago. Give me a doggone break. And you talk about the injustice in the court system. First of all, I'm gonna bring somebody on tomorrow, or maybe the next day, and I'm gonna bring a lawyer on. We're gonna discuss that. But I'm gonna give you the short and sweet of it. First of all, don't give me. I don't care if you rob somebody. Don't give me no excuse and want me to feel sorry for you because you get more time in prison than person X. You ain't have no business robbing nobody. Go to jail. I don't want to hear about no white privilege. Man, nobody put the gun in your hand. Nobody told you to shoot nobody, and you wouldn't be in court. Don't complain about the justice system. Don't be a part of the justice system. I get less time than all of these robberies. All these robbery suspects. You know why? Because I ain't in the court system. Nobody making you sell dope. I don't want to hear about the white man put this in our community. Nobody making you sell dope and killing your own people. And then you get mad at the police officers because they go run up in Ray Ray in them house, Ray resisting arrest and get shot. But what you should have did is you should have called in on Ray when you knew he was selling dope if you really cared about your community. And let me say this, and I'm going to make a point that nobody really wants to make. I'm going to make this point. People talk about injustice in the court system because black people get more time in prison than white people do. Well, I would argue the alternative. Maybe the court system is acting in a greater stance for black victims than they do for white victims, because black suspects are typically responsible for committing crimes against other black people. White suspects are consistently committing crimes against other white people. So in that case, if black people get more time for the same crime that white people are doing, that means to me that black victims will get more justice than white victims are. But y'all don't want to talk about that. You don't want to talk about that. You don't want to be realistic. Well, instead of you complaining, how about you do something about it? Nobody's going to change your community but you. Nobody's going to change what you do in your household but you. Quit playing victim. Now, let's go on to the next subject. Let's talk about people who are in the class of transgender, gay, lesbian, whatever the case may be. I'm going to exclude all the normal people out of this conversation. There are people who are gay, lesbian, transgender that are normal people that are struggling through their issues or whatever the case may be, and they don't subscribe to this BS. I'm going to talk about you fools that are part of this process that's killing the American people. First and foremost, everybody falls underneath the American flag, no matter if you like it or not. If you straight, gay, lesbian, black, white, green, or orange, you're an American citizen. I ain't talking about illegal people. I'm talking about American citizens. You fall under the American flag. I don't want to hear you designating yourself as if you somebody special or less than the American people. I'm sick of people. They got signs up. We welcome everybody. We do this. Aren't you a person? Don't you want people to treat you like a person? Then quit isolating yourself. Most people don't even know you're gay because they don't care. You the one want people to know you're LGBT community. Most people don't care. I see people gay all the time. It ain't got nothing to do with feeding my family or nothing in my life. Most people don't care. People need to stop isolating themselves and making themselves this superfluous victimhood. Nobody cares. How about you become a citizen? How about you be an American? Have a stance of being an American first. Have a stance of being accountable for your own actions. People keep complaining about white supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy. Look, man, if you ever looked in the mirror, I don't care who you are, you look in the mirror, you're going to realize that you are accountable for your own actions and that white privilege has nothing to do with you making decisions every single day. Has zero to do with it. White privilege ain't done nothing against me since I've been born. And white privilege ain't done nothing for none of the white people that I know. They had to go out and bust their tail and work hard. Some of them didn't even get opportunities even though they worked hard. Same thing with black people. A lot of black people I know that are successful, they don't sit around and make excuses about white people and white privilege. They go out and get it. They graduate from school. They make good grades. And some of them go to prison. And you know what they do when they get out of prison? They make a better life for themselves. They're not making excuses. They're not blaming nobody. They get out and they make a life for themselves. They do their job. They bust their tail. They assimilate back into culture. If they don't know how to, they read books. They resource and they outsource out to people of multiple cultures so they can assimilate. I don't want to hear the excuses, man. So I done did 13 minutes of ranting and I got a super chat. And on YouTube, I got to make sure I show love to my super chat. So this child's life. If we register and license all guns, we should register and license all religions. Leftists don't respect the Second Amendment as a civil right. Got a point. You got a point. People are just, they can't think for themselves. So it takes people like myself and others to think for them. Like, I'm sick of y'all playing the victim card. At some point, you need to sit down and look in the mirror and say, I'm an American. You need to look in the mirror and say, I'm accountable for my own actions. You need to look in the mirror and say, what my ancestors did will not determine negatively or positively on what I do right now today. What somebody down the street who don't like me or hate me or want to see me dead has no bearing on what I do right now. It has no bearing on what I do in the next 5 minutes. They have no bearing on how many books I read a day. Have no bearing on whether I register for school or I do not. Have no bearing on whether or not I pursue a job or not. Whether or not I do the research to figure out what is the best approach to be successful in the interview or I do not. Not one person on earth has anything to do with what I do about my own life. And when we realize that and start looking in the mirror and digesting that, then I think people will start seeing success happen at a higher rate. Kojo, thanks for the super chat. People are people. So why should it be that you and I should get along so awfully? But I don't. I'm trying to figure that out. I need to read. I'm in my emotions right now. I'll get to that in a second. I'm assuming that that quote. I'm assuming that the quote is illustrating the fact that we need to really just focus on us being individual people. And at the end of the day, we need to love one another and appreciate one another as people. Everybody's different. Everybody have their own ailments. Everybody have their own negatives. But we need to really focus on treating all people the same as far as treating them with respect and treat people the way you want to be treated. I mean, I think that's absolutely invaluable to understand. Jessica Hill, thank you so much for the super chat. Keep speaking the truth, Brandon Tatum. Agree and support you 100%. Love you and you keep me inspired. Make America great again. I am here to help you in the fight to make America great again. Let me know what I can do. God bless. Thank you so much, Jessica, for the super chat. I appreciate it. But I think I mean, I, I just can't believe the rhetoric that I see, man, on both sides, man. We American citizens, we getting tired of this stuff. We getting tired of people going around and trying to tell us how to think and how we should feel. Listen, we live in a sovereign nation. We're supposed to be a sovereign people. The government need to keep their hands out of our business because the government tends to ruin and make things worse than what they ought to be on a day-to-day basis. And even the media that's going on right now, brainwashing our young people and brainwashing adults to be completely ridiculous. You know, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I can run my mouth forever. But that little turd, last name Hodge, whatever his name, that dude is an idiot, man. And they propping these little stupid kids up like we dumb enough to listen to some stupid kids that don't know nothing about life. They still trying to figure out how to text each other appropriate stuff. What you know about a gun? You can't even own a gun, bro. You can't even drink alcohol, and you trying to tell people what to do and what to say, bro. You just stopped peeing in the bed a couple years ago. Get out of here, man. You a kid. Stay in your place. Let grown people deal with these issues. You out here marching and you don't even pay your bills at your own house. Man, shut up and sit down somewhere. You a kid. Stay in a kid's place. You don't even know. You ain't even an intelligent kid. Anyway, this child's life. Thanks for the super chat. God bless you, Brandon Tatum and family. Peace, brother. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. Let's see. Yeah, y'all didn't made me. Y'all gonna make me go off. I'm so sick of people acting like we dumb. Ain't no kid gonna tell me. Kids don't even know how to go to school on time. And you gonna try to tell me how grown-ups need to develop legislation. Y'all gonna make me use a cuss word against y'all little idiots. Anyway, man, I'm tired of these little kids running their mouth, and I'm tired of these politicians giving them credence. So I think I went on a rant long enough. I know a lot of you guys probably want to super chat and communicate with me a little more, but right now this was just a rant. 20-minute rant ain't gonna cost you nothing. Tomorrow I'll do another live feed. I'm gonna have guests on this week. I think I'm gonna have a few guests on this week, and we're gonna talk about topics that most of you guys want to hear from some people who are experts. Obviously, my dog is trying to tell me he want to go outside. So me and him gonna go outside. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Y'all have a blessed evening. I appreciate everybody's super chat. I appreciate everybody that liked my page. I'm gonna say this before I leave, and I'm gonna write it in the comment section. Visit my website at Motivational Speaker B Tatum. Motivational Speaker B Tatum. Motivational Speaker B Tatum. Visit my website. You'll have access to all of my social media. You can actually contact me on the website if you'd like to actually ask me a personal question. So please, by all means, do that. If you want to donate, you can donate to the site by PayPal, by Patreon. You can do it through Super Chat. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Like the video, like the video, like the video on YouTube. Share the video. I appreciate y'all support. Y'all already know that Facebook and YouTube are doing their thing, and your support means a lot to me, and it really helps me out keeping the stream going. Love y'all. Appreciate you.